Hello, I'm Aruna and welcome to Target Yoga and to your morning stretch. Today's practice is a slow-paced full body stretch for seniors and beginners. We'll also be practicing some hip and glute stretches for better hip mobility and stress relief. Before we start, I recommend that you have a couple of yoga blocks handy and a folded towel. Let's start. Let's start in the extended child's pose. So come onto all fours. Walk your hands out a little, bring your toes together and part your knees. Press into your palms and sit back onto your heels, stretching your arms out. Lower your head in between your arms. Close your eyes. Inhale through your nostrils and expand your abdomen. Exhale through your nostrils and contract your abdomen. Inhale through your nostrils and expand your abdomen. Exhale through your nostrils and contract your abdomen. Inhale through your nostrils and expand your abdomen. Exhale through your nostrils and contract your abdomen. Open your eyes. Lift your hips off your heels and come onto all fours in the tabletop pose, with your wrists under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. As a variation to this pose, we're going to circle our torso, and feel free to move your arms and your hips as well. Take your torso to the left, then tuck your navel in and round your back, and lift your torso over to the right. Arch your back and take your torso to the left. Tuck your navel in, round your back, and lift your torso over to the right. Arch your back and take your torso to the left. Reverse directions. Arch your back as you take your torso to the right. Then tuck your navel in, round your back and lift your torso over to the left. Arch your back and take your torso to the right. And again tuck your navel in, round your back and lift your torso over to the left. Relax. If you're using a block, place it near one foot. Going into the raised arms pose, lift your knees off the floor. Keep your knees bent and walk your hands to your feet, or move your block in front of your feet and place your hands on it. Inhale, tuck your navel in and raise your torso up, leading from the hips, and raise your arms sideways and up to the sky, palms meeting. Really stretch your spine and arms upwards. Exhale, fold forwards from your hips, bending your knees a little. Lower your arms to the floor or block, relaxing your head and neck in the forward fold pose. Inhale, bend your knees a little, tuck your navel in and raise your body leading from the hips. Raise your arms up to the sky, palms meeting, again stretching your spine and arms upwards. Exhale and lower your arms. For a gentle back bend, raise your arms to the front and up. Then inhale, push your hips forwards and bend back gently, arms by your ears. Exhale and release the back bend. Inhale, push your hips forwards and bend back, arms by your ears. Exhale and release the back bend. And lower your arms. Move your block to the side of the mat and turn to face the long side of your mat with your feet a shoulder's width apart. For the side bend pose, step your right leg behind your left leg and across to the side. You can bend the left leg. Make sure you are stable and that your hips are facing forwards. Inhale, raise your arms up and hold the right wrist. Exhale and bend to the left. Inhale and release your stretch. Exhale and bend to the left. Inhale and release your stretch. Lower your arms and step your right leg back. Now take your left leg behind your right leg and across to the side. You can bend your right leg and again square your hips to face front, making sure you are stable. Inhale, raise your arms up and hold the left wrist. Exhale and bend to the right. Inhale and release your stretch. Exhale and bend to the right. Inhale and release your stretch. Lower your arms and step your left leg back. Going into the wide-legged forward fold pose, heel toe out, parting your legs as far as is comfortable, minding your body limits. Your feet should be pointing to the front. Inhale, lengthen your spine and place your hands on your hips. Exhale, bend your knees a little and fold forwards from your hips with a straight back, bringing your torso parallel to the floor. Inhale, tuck your navel in, bend your knees a little and raise your body up, leading from the hips. Exhale, bend your knees a little and again fold forwards from your hips with a straight back, this time all the way down. Place your hands on the floor or reach out for your block and place your hands on it. Relax your neck and head and take a couple of breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. If you're using a block, stay where you are. If you're not, try walking your hands in towards your body. If you can't, remain where you are. And take a couple of breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Slowly walk your hands out. Bend your knees a little and place your hands on your hips. Inhale, tuck your navel in and raise your body up, leading from the hips. Exhale and lower your arms. To move into the goddess pose, turn your feet out with your toes pointing to the corners of your mat. Inhale and raise your arms sideways and up to the sky, palms meeting. Exhale, bring your palms to heart center, tuck your tailbone in, and bend your knees, coming into a half squat. Ensure your knees are over your ankles and are aligned with your toes, so do not let them fall in. Try and keep your body upright. Take 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and straighten your legs. Exhale and lower your arms. Heel toe your feet in. Inhale, raise your arms sideways and up, palms meeting, stretching your spine and arms upwards. Exhale, bend your knees a little and fold forwards from your hips. Lower your arms to the floor or block, relaxing your head and neck. Bend your knees, coming onto all fours. Then move your block away and place a folded towel under your knees for cushioning if you like. Adjust your position so your wrists are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. Extend your left leg to the side, feet pointing to the side. Then slide your leg in, bringing your knee over the ankle and in line with your right knee. Tuck the toes of your right leg in. Inhale and slowly shift your weight back, bringing your hips towards your right leg. Exhale, release the stretch. Inhale, shift your weight back. Exhale, release the stretch. Slowly walk your hands out and then walk your hands a little to the left so your body is at a diagonal. Lower your head between your arms and take 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly raise your head. Walk your hands back to center. And then walk them in, bringing your wrists under your shoulders. Bring your left leg back, knee under your hip. Extend your right leg to the side, feet pointing to the side. Then slide your leg in, bringing your knee over the ankle and in line with your left knee. Tuck the toes of your left leg in. Inhale, slowly shift your weight back, bringing your hips towards your left leg. Exhale, release the stretch. Inhale, shift your weight back. Exhale, release the stretch. Slowly walk your hands out and then take them a little to the right so your body is at a diagonal. Lower your head between your arms and take 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly raise your head. Walk your hands back to center and then walk them in, bringing your wrists under your shoulders. Take your right leg back, knee under your hip, and turn to face the side of your mat. If you're using blocks, place each palm on a block. Ensure your wrists are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. Moving into the lunge pose, step your right foot in between your palms. Adjust your position so your right knee is stacked over the ankle. Tuck the toes of your left leg in and stretch that leg out behind you, minding your body limits. Then point your toes straight back and lower your hips. Look straight ahead and breathe normally. Release the stretch by lifting your hips. Take your right leg back and adjust your legs, returning to tabletop pose. Wrists under the shoulders and knees under the hips. Step your left foot between your palms. Adjust your position so your left knee is stacked over the ankle. Tuck the toes of your right leg in and stretch that leg out behind you, minding your body limits. Then point your toes straight back and lower your hips. Look straight ahead and breathe normally. Release the stretch by lifting your hips. Take your left leg back and adjust your legs, returning to tabletop pose, wrists under the shoulders and knees under the hips. For the lizard pose, step your left leg towards the outside of your left hand. Tuck your back toes in. Stretch your back leg out behind you to a comfortable distance and point your toes straight back. Then drop your hips. Breathe normally and relax into the pose. Slowly release the stretch, raise your hips and take your left leg back. Adjust your legs, returning to tabletop pose, wrists under the shoulders and knees under the hips. Step your right leg to the outside of your right hand. Tuck the toes of your left leg in. Stretch that leg out behind you to a comfortable distance and point your toes straight back. Then drop your hips. Look forwards and breathe normally. Slowly release the stretch by raising your hips, and then take your right leg back and adjust your legs, returning to tabletop pose, wrists under the shoulders and knees under the hips. Moving into the deer pose, swivel your legs to the side and sit on the floor or on your block. Place both your feet on the floor a hip distance apart, and then place your palms on the floor for support. Now drop your knees to the left, and then swivel your legs to the right so that your left foot is resting on the thigh of the right leg and the right foot is close to your right hip. You can always adjust the angle of your legs to find a comfortable position. If the front knee is lifting off the floor, place a folded towel under it. Inhale and lengthen your spine. Exhale and walk your hands out in front of you to a comfortable distance. If you can, come down on your forearms. If not, remain where you are. Take 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Walk your hands back. Inhale and lengthen your spine. Exhale and twist your body to the left towards the back foot. Place your right hand on your left thigh and your left hand on the floor behind you. Take 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly release the twist. Lean away from your back leg and slide your back leg forwards. Then bring your knees up, feet a hip distance apart. And drop your knees to the right. Swivel your legs so that your right foot is resting on the thigh of the left leg and the left foot is close to the left hip. And again, adjust your leg position to find a comfortable position for yourself. And if your front knee is lifting, place a folded towel under it for support. Inhale and lengthen your spine. Exhale and walk your hands out in front of you to a comfortable distance. If you can, come down on your forearms. And if you can't, remain where you are. Take 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Walk your hands back. Then inhale and lengthen your spine. Exhale and twist your body to the right towards the back foot. Place your left hand on your right thigh and your right hand on the floor behind you. Take 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly release your twist. Then lean forwards and away from your back leg and slide your back leg forwards. From here, place both feet on the floor a hip distance apart and place your palms on the floor for support. Proceeding into the windshield wiper pose, inhale and drop your knees to the left. Exhale and raise your knees up. Inhale and drop your knees to the right. Exhale and raise your knees up. Inhale and drop your knees to the left. Exhale and raise your knees up. Inhale and drop your knees to the right. Exhale and raise your knees up. If you're using a block, remove the block and sit on the floor. Hold the back of your thighs and slowly roll onto your back for the bridge pose. Keep your knees bent and feet on the floor a hip distance apart, arms by your sides. Your knees should be over your ankles and aligned with your toes during this pose, so make sure they don't fall in or widen out. Inhale, squeeze your glutes and raise your hips, followed by your lower back and upper back. Maintain the arch of your neck. Exhale and lower your upper back, followed by your lower back and hips to the floor. Inhale, squeeze your glutes and raise your hips up, followed by your lower back and upper back. Maintain the arch of your neck. Exhale and lower your upper back, followed by your lower back and hips to the floor. Ending with the reclined eagle pose and cow face pose, heel toe your feet in, bringing them together. Slide your arms up in cactus pose so your forearms are bent at 90 degrees and your elbows are in line with your shoulders. Cross your left leg over the right leg. Shift your hips a little to the left and then lower your legs to the right. Turn your head to the left and keep your shoulders on the floor. Breathe normally and relax into the pose. Release the stretch and lift your knees up. Shift your hips back to center. Then draw your knees in towards you and hold your ankles or your feet. Slowly pull your feet towards you, stopping when you feel a nice stretch in the outer hip and glutes of your left leg. Breathe normally and relax into the pose. Release the stretch and place your feet on the floor. Uncross your leg and stretch your arms out in cactus pose again. Then cross your right leg over the left leg. Shift your hips a little to the right and then lower your legs to the left side. Turn your head to the right and keep your shoulders on the floor. Relax into the pose. Release the stretch and lift your knees up. Shift your hips back to center. Draw your knees in towards you and hold your ankles or feet. Slowly pull your feet towards you, stopping when you feel a nice stretch in the outer hip and glutes of your right leg. Breathe normally and relax into the pose. Slowly release the stretch and lower your feet to the floor. Uncross your leg and stretch your legs out for the complete relaxation pose. Keep your legs slightly apart and bring your arms to about 30 degrees away from your body, palms up on the floor. Close your eyes gently and focus on the sound of your heartbeat. Every time you find your thoughts drifting, bring your mind back to the sound of your heartbeat. Continue for as long as you like. I will leave you now. Namaste. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to receive more videos, like and share with those who may benefit from this. Namaste.